finished with another video review, and the more astute of you may notice that what you have in front of you is the Transformers Prime First Edition Voyager class Optimus Prime. Now, throughout all of my reviews, whenever I've done an Optimus review from Transformers Prime, this is always the guy that I come back to. This is the best representation of that Transformer Prime character, in my opinion. And I absolutely love this figure. This is a wonderful mold. Now, if you have watched Transformers Prime, you have seen that there is another use of the Optimus Prime style character, and that being Nemesis Prime. Kind of a failed experiment from Mech that took the truck, made him into Optimus Prime, and basically you had Nemesis Prime. And ever since I saw that episode, that was the one Nemesis Prime that I absolutely loved the concept of. Now, in every other kind of incarnation, Nemesis Prime is a whole separate kind of character with his own personality and things like that, and for me, I never really dug it. You know, Nemesis Prime is like the opposite of Optimus Prime. Well, to me, the opposite of Optimus Prime is Megatron, so I never really got into the character. But Transformers Prime kind of did something a little bit different. Like I said, he was basically a giant mech suit that was controlled by Silas. And I absolutely love that. And I really wanted to take this mold and create that Nemesis Prime character. Now, we have gotten a Nemesis Prime, but they used the really crappy RID mold. And recently, they did a release of this guy, he's black with yellow. Or not even really yellow, it's more gold than anything. And it's the Dark Guard Optimus Prime. It's still Optimus Prime, it's not Nemesis Prime. But the black and the kind of gold color on it looks kind of like the Nemesis Prime that we're used to getting, which is basically just a black repaint of Optimus Prime. None of those did I actually like. The problem with Nemesis Prime and Transformers Prime is he wasn't black. He was basically a very dulled down version of this very bright red and blue Optimus Prime figure, or character specifically. So I actually reached out to a friend of mine who does customs, and I've done a couple of his reviews. You may have seen him. He actually did a custom War for Cybertron Optimus Prime, Nemesis Prime version, and a custom Sound Blaster using the original Deluxe class Soundwave mold. And I asked him, I said, hey, can you take this figure and basically do the exact same thing? And by that I mean just kind of dye him? And what he actually created literally blew my mind away. He took this figure and redid him to look like this. And for me, this is the Nemesis Prime from Transformers Prime. This is an absolutely exquisitely done custom figure using that first edition mold to really give us the true look of that character from the show. And I could not be more thrilled with how he actually did this. As I said, he did dye this, which basically means that the paint is now permanently this color. The paint on the original figure, I should say, is permanently this color. Now, some of the highlights, for example, the silver kind of scratched up looks and things like that. You got a really kind of dirty grille. You got yellow headlights. I mean, just all the way across, you got a lot of this scrape. He actually put this on here. I actually wanted him to do this to kind of make the tires look like they were damaged as well. And I just, that's a personal touch. That's not really show accurate, but I love the look on it. Just everything on here, all the way back through to the back section of his truck. I mean, absolutely exquisite. Everything, like I said, is basically dyed on here. 90%, 95% of this is dyed, which means the paint will never chip off. It's permanently now this color. The extra bits, yes, I mean, that could be worn off over time, but what he actually does is he clear coats it so it remains permanent and nicely protected so that while you're going through transforming it and rubbing it, it's not going to wear off. But for a comparison, and like I said, the Transformers Prime character for this was just a very dulled down version of Optimus. So here he is, and again, here's the first edition Optimus, and you can see that's exactly what my friend Josh did. Now, he took the lights and he painted them yellow because that's the color that they were supposed to be. He painted up the grille to really kind of make it look like this very scratched up kind of rusted look, which is an absolute wonderful touch. And then everything else just is really exquisite. He painted up the smokestacks here to give him a much dirtier look. And then, like I said, the dulled down blue really is more accurate. Again, to how the Transformers Prime version of Nemesis really kind of looked. Just, honestly, I cannot tell you how exquisite in hand this figure is. I really don't know. And Yeah, as you can see, it still maintains some of the same kind of problems where things don't like necessarily pay together. But with this guy, I kind of like it a little bit more because it gives him a much more broken down kind of look. But honestly, I don't know how well this is coming across on the actual video. I just, it's in hand, it's absolutely amazing to look at. Just so very cool. Now, because he did dye it, absolutely doesn't affect the transformation on the thing at all. It doesn't thicken the plastic. If it's done right, it won't thicken the plastic, I should say. And he knows how to do it right. So because of that, it transforms exactly the same. The tolerances are exactly the same. So because we have seen the transformation on this, I'm going to go ahead and skip it. If you are interested in seeing how to transform this guy and you don't know how, go ahead and click on the link down in the description and you'll go to my original first edition Optimus Prime review and you can see how to transform him. But having said that, we're going to go from his vehicle mode, do a little movie editing, and here we have him in his robot mode. And this is the part which really sells me on this figure. This is absolutely a wonderful representation of that Nemesis Prime character from Transformers Prime. Everything on here is just absolutely exquisite in terms of the detail. And Josh nailed this spot on. One thing that's actually really cool, what he did was really kind of dye the regular gray plastic. And in doing so, it kind of gave it this almost greenish, kind of like rust kind of look to it, and you can see again zooming in, so I mean, look at all the detail in there. A lot of that is just dye, and he did a wonderful job on it. But you can see where the gray bits kind of turned into this green kind of just dirty look. Honestly, I absolutely love it. And again, same detail with the abdomen section dyed, and then there's some bits that are highlighted just to kind of bring things out. You got the same thing here with the legs, which originally were this just drab kind of gray. Just so awesome. And then coming down here to the legs, the detail is just absolutely incredible. And then the feet, obviously, very nicely done. Just a wicked look. And then he gave him actually yellow eyes. It's kind of hard to see, but they actually are a yellow eye. Absolutely fantastic. He still has the Autobot logo there because Nemesis Prime was pretending to be Optimus Prime in the show. And then the rest of the details throughout here, again, you can see it all the way through. Just an exquisite looking piece. This thing is really a masterpiece in my opinion. And really no review of this would be complete without comparing him to the original Optimus Prime. And you can see again how nice and bright and vibrant the Optimus Prime colors are, and then how rusted and dirty and drab this Nemesis Prime is. Just absolutely incredible when you compare the two side to side. And you can see the amount of work that went into this to actually bring this particular character to life. Now, beyond that, it maintains all the same quality and everything that the previous Optimus Prime had. His head is on the ball joint. If you do actually pop the ball joint on there properly, you get a nice range of motion with it. The arms move in and out, forward and back. I mean, same level of rotation and articulation. Rotates here at the elbow, bends at the elbow. The wrists rotate. The waist, I don't like saying it has waist articulation because that's part of the transformation, but I guess you could kind of say it does. The hips here are on ball joints. Nice, very stiff. Bends at the knee, rotates at the knee, and then the feet kind of are on ball. Well, they're not ball joints, but you get a lot of posability with it, and then the toes and everything. Just a wonderful amount of detail on this, and I cannot thank my friend Josh enough. Now, a lot of people will be asking me, why am I actually doing a review of a figure like this? Because it's a custom figure, and people probably wouldn't be able to get it. The reason I'm actually doing this review is my friend Josh actually wants to offer the ability to have anybody get this done. If you do want this custom Nemesis, Optimus Prime, whatever you want to call him, he is willing to do the work, and it will only cost you $90. That $90 includes the base figure. He'll go out, he'll buy the first edition Optimus Prime, which is like $20 to $25, and then he'll do the exact same paint job for you. Now, if you have the Optimus Prime already, you might be able to knock $20 to $25 off. It just depends. I'm going to put a link down in the video description that'll take you to TFW 2005, and you'll be able to actually contact him. So his contact information will be down there, and I would encourage you guys to actually do this. Now, the other thing that he's doing is for $10 additional, he'll include the Dr. Wu guns, and he'll also paint these up to make these look really nice. Now, the Dr. Wu guns are not really much different than the original first edition. The only thing that I can really see, the only thing that I can really see in terms of a difference is that if you notice, the original one here has this rounded bit on the bottom section. This one, it's flat. The rest of it pretty much looks identical. I guess, well, it's kind of connected there. His isn't connected, but this is the Dr. Wu one. It pretty much is exactly the same. You got nice yellow bits right there that he had when he was shooting, and then you can see a nice wash job throughout here. So much better looking than the original. So, for $100 total, you get the 2 extra guns, the base figure, and a custom paint job on the figure as well as the guns. Considering right now the full-on black Nemesis Prime, which is not even really Nemesis Prime, it's that Dark Guard Optimus, that thing alone is going for $80. For $100, you get a superbly painted figure in a real authentic look and feel for the Nemesis Prime character from Transformers Prime. This is absolutely a figure that I would recommend you guys taking into consideration and really consider actually getting. I know it's more expensive, but for collectors out there, this is something that is definitely affordable. Custom figures all day long could easily cost twice that much. So I really do hope you guys like the look of this and really take Josh up on his offer, because the man does incredible work, and I'm absolutely thrilled to be bringing this to you and letting you guys see the amount of talent that man has. But beyond that, I hope you guys enjoyed this look at my Transformers Prime Voyager class Nemesis Prime custom figure. Again, if you are interested, all the information will be down in the video description. Click on that and hopefully get your own of this badass looking figure. But that is about it, guys. So once again, thank you for tuning in. This has been Optibotimus. Keep in touch with me. Find out recent purchases as well as all upcoming video reviews, all at facebook.com/teambotimus, and follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/optibotimus. And until next time, I'll talk to you later.